Hey everyone, welcome to Blue Sky Flips. My name is Nick, your local Calgary eBay reseller. I am a part-time reseller and I look for items at thrift stores, yard sales, and my local Amazon bin store to flip for a profit on eBay. The last week of May was an absolute showstopper as I sold 9 items and made over $260 profit in just 5 days. One of my items was an eye-watering 66 times flip. I will save the best item for last, so stay tuned right to the end to find out. Starting with my smallest flip of the week, that would be the Disney's Tarzan Nintendo 64 game. Now, I bought this for $5 at a yard sale. It sold for $20 in 7 months. I had this priced a little bit too high. I think that's why it took a bit too long to sell. This is a 4 times flip, and I made a net profit of $10 on this item. My next flip of the week is the Panasonic OmniVision Blue Line VCR with the remote. Now, as I've shown in previous videos, this is a BOLO item, a be on the lookout item. So always look for these VCRs if you can find them. They sell very well on eBay. I bought this for $10 at a local thrift store. It sold for $59 plus shipping in 26 days. Now, the silver model does sell a little bit slower than the black model for some reason, but this is still a pretty good item to pick up. This was a 6 times flip for a net profit of $38. Next item that sold is this Lexmark Black Unison Toner, and it was brand new, sealed in box. I couldn't believe it when I found it. Normally I find these in their open box, but the ink cartridge inside is sealed, and I still sell those. But this one was completely sealed, which is perfect. They're super easy to ship. You can just put them in a couple poly mailers, maybe just a little bit of bubble wrap. They're so easy to ship, so I love picking these items up. These are also BOLO items. Be on the lookout for these. Now, I bought this for $10 at my local Amazon bin store. It sold for $60 in just 4 days. These can go for nearly $100, but I took an offer as a fast $60 in just 4 days is amazing. This is a 6 times flip for a net profit of about $52 as I haven't done the shipping yet. So it's going to be approximately $52. The next item that sold is this vintage 2002 Hasbro Bop It Extreme 2 game. You'd be quite surprised of all the games that from the 2000s and 90s that are quite high demand on eBay, so always look them up if you find any weird game like this. The newer Bop Its that were made in 2008 or 2010, 2015, those ones are not quite as popular on eBay. You really do want these older ones that would have been advertised on things like YTV or the various kid networks that we had in the 90s. So I bought this for $3 at my local thrift store. It sold for $20 in just 1 month to a local pickup on eBay. So how that works is you get a QR code and then they come pick it up, and then you scan their QR code, and then eBay knows that they received the item, and it's as easy as that. This was a 6 times flip for a net profit of $14. So the next item that sold is this Yamaha remote control for an audio receiver. Now, I got this for $2 in my eBay bulk buy of remotes, where I bought those 50 remotes a couple weeks ago. It sold for $15 on an offer in just 5 days. Originally, I had it listed for $20, but a buyer offered me $10. So I countered with $15 since I needed to get a bit more money out of these remotes to make my bulk buy profitable, and the buyer accepted. Now, I made a flip of 7 times and about a net profit of $17. I haven't shipped this item yet, so I'm not exact on that. The next item that sold is this Karcher WV1 Plus window vac, brand new in box. Now, I'm always looking for these weird tools or hardware devices, especially if they're brand new and in the box. Like, I'll always check it. You never know what will sell on eBay. I picked this up for $5 at a yard sale. It sold for $47 plus shipping in just 25 days. That's about a 9 times flip for a net profit of $29. The next item that sold is this Sony RMYA001 TV remote. Now, this was also $2 from my bulk lot of remotes that I bought off of eBay. It sold for $19 plus shipping in just 8 days after listing it. That is a 9 times flip for a net profit of $15. Do not sleep on remotes, guys. These sell very well and you can often get them for cheap. This item is my second best flip of the week. This is the Nikon 50mm camera lens. I actually bought this as a camera at a yard sale for $10. However, I split up the lens and the camera and sold them separately. So I'm calling this a buy cost of $5 on this. It sold for $52 plus shipping in 16 days. I originally listed it, but then a buyer canceled the order because they found a better price. So I relisted it and sold it quick again for even more, and it sold for $52. Now that was a 10 times flip and a net profit of $38 on this item. Now here's the item that we've all been waiting for. This is the Serta Motion Essentials 3 adjustable bed remote. So it's a remote control for those electronic beds that our seniors or elders tend to use. This only cost me $1 at a local thrift store. It sold for $66 plus shipping in just a month. That is a 66 times flip. That is insane. If I could do this all day long, I would. Can you imagine if you could sell 500 of these, how much money you'd make? That's insane. I made a net profit of $55. I hope I find more of these in my future. All in all, this was a great week on eBay. I'm happy to get more than a 4 times flip on all 9 of my items. I do this part-time, so I'm always happy to bring home over $300 in sales in a week. So my last week of May's stats here, we have a cost of goods sold of $43. I made a gross of $358 and a net profit of $268. This was a flip of 6 times on my money. If you enjoy my reselling content and my weekly what sold videos, I would appreciate it if you could gently push the like button. I don't want you to break it. Subscribe and ding the bell. Well, that's all for today, folks. I'll see you next time.